Feeling pretty good today. Got a decent amount of sleep. Feel recovered. I think that's the important thing, right? I like to track everything to have some good data, but there's some days where your watch is telling you, hey, you didn't sleep very well, and you wake up feeling like $1 million. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's too easy to look at your data, and say, hey, I'm going to have a terrible day because I didn't get enough sleep. It's not always true. You know, sleep is one of those things you can't, at least for me. If you guys know a better way, let me know. But sleep's one of those things for me. I can't force myself to do it. If you're not hitting your calories, bulking or cutting, that's kind of on you at the end of the day. I mean, you can do all the tips and tricks, spread your meals out and volumize, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's up to you if you're going to say, no, I'm not going to eat that extra food, or I am going to eat when I have to. And that can be a little difficult, but it's what it is. You're the one that's accountable for your goals. When it comes to sleep, it's like, I think nighttime routine is really important. Everyone wants to post a cool video of getting up at 5 a.m. and going and running and doing all the things you should. But if you don't set a nighttime routine and you're just kind of doing whatever, you're setting yourself up for failure. And you're going to bed at 1 a.m., not even 1 a.m. If you're going to bed at 11 and you're getting up at 5, right, that's 7 hours. But it might take you a while to fall asleep. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom or to not really be asleep. You're going to get less than 7 hours. You want to get 6 hours. I mean, some people can run on that, but when I quit drinking for a while, one day I woke up and realized I had this clarity of mind that I didn't have before. I was kind of living in brain fog. Well, you get 8 hours of sleep consistently for long enough, and you realize, man, I've been running on first gear. You get that 8 hours of sleep, or however much you need. It's going to be different for everybody. It changes the game. You recover quicker. You're better throughout the day. You think clearly, make better decisions, and it gets the ball rolling. Everyone, especially when you're younger, I gotta stay up and do stuff. But maybe I'm just getting old. But it doesn't really matter when you go to bed and when you wake up, as long as you're staying consistent with it, getting your sleep. But feeling good today. We're gonna hit back. Don't really feel good engagement with my back. Lats definitely lagging behind the rest of my body. Biceps too, but I just never felt like I've gotten an awesome back workout. No super good pumps. So today we're going to do stuff a bit different. Might do a little more than usual. Really feel like we're squeezing, trying to get some engagement. Try to get a pump today. Should be a good day. Nothing too crazy going on. But we're back down to our lower calorie, somewhere around that 1700 mark today. This will probably be the last week of the cut. But like we talked about before, we're not jumping right back into heavy calories. Yesterday afternoon, I didn't have time to prep my afternoon meals. So went to work, just had my protein shake after that workout. And I got home, I thought, well, I'm going to eat both meals, pound of ground beef and like 6 servings of egg whites. I did not finish that meal. That was uncomfortable. It kind of gave me a heads up, when we get out of this cut, don't go crazy. It's like I ate the same things I normally do, and my stomach didn't feel good. So coming up on Thanksgiving, we're gonna have to take things easy. But, all right, we're rolling up on the gym, so I'm gonna clock in, get some work out of the way, and then we're gonna hit some back workout.
Well, that sucks. The audio was not working. For some reason, the DJI was not connected. The first set was good, but when I came up, there was some stretch through my shoulder. It did not feel good, so we are not going quite all the way through stretch. We're gonna do one more set and finish these up. Oh, okay. Yeah, felt a little engagement on that, a little bit. All right, we're going straight into some closed grip seated rows. Went up in weight this week, so we'll see, but I'm gonna try and get some squeeze on these. Oh, that was a good set. Yeah. All right. Another set of these. First set felt really, really good. So that new weight is feeling great. Biceps were taking over a little there at the end. Those were starting to get a little weird on the elbow. So called it there. I'm actually really feeling my back for probably one of the first times in my life. So we're gonna go a little lighter on these. Try to get a bit more of a pump, but nothing crazy. Yeah, that fucked something up. All right, 23. Yeah. Bicep definitely took over there at the end. I ain't quite the squeeze. Yeah, there's no way I'm doing pull-ups today with my arm, but we are going to do some shrugs. Get a couple sets of these in. More weight than last time. That's what we want. I think we're gonna do 2 more sets. We're gonna have one on here. Gotta switch the camera for the daily stuff. So not gonna get every set recorded, but you get the gist. I had to cut the audio out of this set and a couple other sets because the background music was way too loud and I couldn't figure out how to cut it out. So if you guys know how to edit background sound out of video, let me know. All right. Didn't feel a whole lot on that set. I mean, we went to failure, but not engaging the triceps as much as I would with like a press down or overhead with a rope. But see how this next set feels. That was 3 more than last week. Even in this cut, a couple of these exercises still keep going up, so might have been too low to start. Might just begin stronger. Whew. I think doing that full set on camera really made me push a little bit harder on these. Yeah, that was too light. We're going up. That's it. All right. Let's see. Oh, already looking better. There's something there today that's better than we've had in the past. Definitely need to put some size on. Oh, I think it's good for today. I gotta say, that was probably the best back workout I've ever had. It's the first time I can truly say I had some lat engagement, back engagement in general. Actually had my lats pumped for a bit. And don't get me wrong, they are nothing impressive, but could see them. Got a little preview to where the next bulk might go. That's what we were looking for. Really tried to squeeze and pull from my lats instead of my biceps. Still took over a little bit here and there, but it was good. Very happy with it, and I think moving forward it's going to be a game changer. I think we're really going to see some progress there. I'm going to focus on my back and keep working on my biceps after I get through this injury. We were talking about sleep earlier, and you can't really brute force your sleep, right? That's either you got a habit and you're not stressed and you can make it work, or can't sometimes. But I definitely think there's some routines you can do, right? Like we said, everybody wants that flashy morning routine. That last hour before I go to bed, the lights are off or they're real dim. I am doing everything I can to not stress out. I'm not thinking about work. I am watching some absolute mindless video game on YouTube or some workout video, something I can, usually not even a workout video, because that's what I do for work, right? So something mindless. I watch some random anime, and I've noticed that's really been helping. Going to sleep at the same time every night has been a game changer too. It's a little late tonight. I got off work and I had to grocery shop and do some other things, but it's already 8:30. I'm usually in bed by now, so breaking my own rule here. But yeah, I can't remember a time I've been up past 9. I mean, it's been, well, besides that night I stayed up all night. That was not by choice. That was a rare occurrence. But I'm telling you, get your nighttime in order and your mornings are so much better. Everybody tries to get up and do these crazy morning routines out of nowhere. It doesn't work like that. You gotta get used to doing that. Whenever I'm trying to change my sleep schedule, I am changing 15-30 minutes a week. That's worked real well for me. So if I normally go to bed at 11, I might go to bed at 10:30 the next night. Now, a lot of people aren't a fan of using melatonin or some other stuff to go to sleep, but I think if you got to get yourself on a schedule, that's perfectly fine. You're using it short term. May not be the best to be on all the time, but I mean, how many people drink to get themselves to go to sleep? And that's a recipe for disaster, because you are not recovering when you're doing that kind of thing. But awesome workout today. Gonna go home and crash, hopefully be asleep the next half hour, and we got some speed work tomorrow on the track first thing in the morning, and then we have actually a leg workout. Not ideal,
But that's how things panned out this week. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a good day.